pulling on that thread on the sponsor angle, you said it won't be a dam breaking, it'll be a trickle of activity through the year as the sponsors continue to realize and sell some of their portfolio companies. How do you think that plays out in 2026? And what do you think the moment is that they start to realize they have to sell?
PE is in the business of buying and selling. What helps? Interest rates. Now, tariffs push that interest rate picture back a bit. But, when you're thinking about bridging the gap between buyer and seller, you start inserting lower interest rates, and it's just an equation. We need a little bit more to help us bridge that price gap between buyer and seller. Because again, we're going back to assets that were acquired in the 100-year flood of 2021. The other thing that's really interesting is if you look at the history of the past bunch of years, you've had this whole middle market that's gone from managing $100 million, $200 million, $500 million funds to now $5 billion. Guess when they raised that $5 billion fund? In 2019.
Yep.
So they had a problem. And their problem was they couldn't just clean out the portfolio and move on because that would have affected in a disproportionate way the returns to their investors. The second issue is zombie funds. $800 billion, $900 billion worth of funds that will never raise another dime. And so they're sitting on portfolio companies because they're not looking to return capital to shareholders so that they could raise the next fund. Now they're playing it for cash.
So you think the activity this year is part some of those sales, the trickle of sales, and then some of these other strategies, whether it's structured deals, whether it's restructurings, continuation vehicles?
I think there will be more activity with those funds who are continuing, who are going to be raising capital, and they're going to find ways to bridge the gap. Yes, some of it might be CVs, some of it might be minority transactions, highly structured transactions with earnouts, but also I think just acquiescing or capitulating to a price that works.